Let's hope this works this time.
Mm-hmm.
Gonna hop onto YouTube on my phone and see. Do.
I wonder if people are going to join in or not.
Okay. Still not going on my phone. What is happening with all of the technology? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's hope.
Yay. Are we back?
But are we back and not choppy?
Yes. I can see just by looking at this, we're back and not choppy.
Please stay that way.
Nope. It's still...
Is it really?
Consider turning down your video settings or using a faster encoding preset. Okay. It's still doing it.
Yeah.
It's still doing it.
What has changed?
Nothing.
Uh,
Okay. Okay. Hopefully. Hopefully. It's going to pause. I'm looking right down here.
Okay, wait. Okay, wait.
I'm looking right down here.
Okay, I think we're good.
Here. I'm looking right down
Oh.
here.
Okay, I think we're good. Okay, wait. No.
Yeah, it's not showing any...
Hold on. Gotta move around to see.
Choppiness should be gone. I'm not seeing any major issues.
Hold on. Gotta move around. But then the sound is kind of...
Choppiness should be gone.
Okay, wait. We should probably talk and then see if it's working or not. Looks good to me. No sound. Okay, hold on. We gotta keep talking. We should probably talk and then see. See?
What?
Cuts out. What is happening? And we gotta keep talking.
No, YouTube's having a problem for some reason because this is not on our end.
Guys, what is happening?
This is not on our end. I don't understand. Guys, is sound is good? Echo. Here, turn this off.
Okay, sorry. Let's see. Can hear you. Working on my end. Sound cuts out. Sound is good. Audio and video are good and easy. I can hear you just fine. Working on my
Not
end.
cutting out here. Looks good.
Am I actually on your real live? Yes.
Yes, you are, Anne.
Not cutting out here.
Okay, I'm gonna
Sound
go
is
into a
good.
different
You
room.
go into a different room, and
gonna
I'm
go to a
going to
different
continue talking so we can see if this is working or not. Because this is so frustrating. I have one job, and that is to unbox this box and paint with you guys. And it's being a little bit of a butt. No problems here. Audio and video are excellent. Perfectly clear. Yes, sound cut in and out. I don't know which is which. Darling, is it cutting in and out? Do I need to speak a little louder? Okay. So for the cutting out, some people are saying it's cutting out. Some people are saying it's good.
My audio is fine.
Is it?
Yeah.
Are you able to keep watching? Just have it on your phone going? Or downstairs in the basement on your computer?
YouTube is having an issue.
Maybe YouTube is just, there's just so many people trying to watch what I'm doing. They're just so excited for my advent calendar.
It's YouTube's having a problem. It's not.
Did it just cut out?
No.
No? Okay. Cutting out in Vancouver.
If it's cutting out, restart the stream. Press F5 on your keyboard.
Okay, let me just 1 second. What?
No, not your keyboard.
What?
For the people that are watching,
Oh.
okay, for everybody watching,
What?
if your sound is cutting in and out, stop the stream on your device, on your phone, your tablet, or your computer. Restart it.
So like click out and then click back in.
Yes, click out, click back in.
Definitely. Sing more.
There's no problems here
Okay.
at all.
Okay, let's just get into it before it
Okay.
gets out again. Okay.
Guys, I'm sorry, YouTube is having a problem today for some reason. It's
If it's still cutting out, yeah, someone said restarted it and it's
Restart
better.
it, it's better.
Okay. Okay, so if it's still cutting out for you, just exit the live stream and then come back. I refreshed and it worked. Perfect. Okay, let's freaking do this, guys. Okay. I hate technology. Okay, so we are unboxing the 12 Days of Christmas. Just the first day. We're doing one a day, my friends. We're gonna hang out every day. I will have like a schedule. Maybe I'll try and post it after the live of times that I'm gonna try and aim for, because this is hard to kind of schedule every day because I do things at certain times of the day. And right now it's nap time for my son because it's a Sunday. But they'll be going to school and daycare tomorrow, so I'll probably be going live in the morning. If you cannot watch it in real time, you can watch the replay and still not miss out on the unboxing and the painting. So like I was trying to say earlier before everything messed up, I was originally just going to unbox and just show you what was inside one box a day. That's what I'm trying to say. But people really enjoyed my painting advent calendar that I did last year of 24 videos. And that was a lot of fun, but that was a crazy amount of work that I did not have time for this year, unfortunately. But since I was going to unbox, and instead of shooting videos, I've decided to go live for the first 12 days where I open a box and then I'm going to do a tutorial that is not included in the tutorials for the boxes. Those are for the only people that could purchase. But we'll just do a fun little one. And then today's tutorial, I was going to do something else, but I did this on Instagram the other day and so many people liked it, but also had a bit of trouble with it. So I thought I would do it slower in real time to give people a little bit more help with this. So that's what we're going to do today. But first, let's unbox the first day. If you've already seen my live from before, I did unbox the first day already, so some of you already know what's inside, but it's very exciting. So let's do it again. So here is our advent calendar. It is still available for purchase. You guys, if you want to buy this, there is a code EMMA free ship, EMMAFREESHIP, all one word, all caps, that you can use at checkout for free shipping. And yeah, there's still time to grab some before Christmas. Okay, so let's unbox it. There are 12 days. For those of you who don't know about the lowdown about this box, it took so much work to create. I am so happy with it and I love it. I did not include tube paints, and I've explained this before. The reason why is because they are quite expensive. It would have made the price skyrocket even more. Things are expensive nowadays, and I totally understand that. There was a review video of my box from Lindsay from The Frugal Crafter. She did a beautiful job. However, the comment section ripped me to shreds, and this box and the price of it, and people were just like, they said things. I'm not even going to get into it. Anyway, they said things. It's fine, but I feel like this box is more for people, who follow me and enjoy my work. This is for people who, may already have their own set of watercolors. And I was trying to figure out, like, would I just put 1 or 2 tubes in here? And if I wanted to put more, like, what would I paint with it? So I tried to do a mix of some art supplies and like fun little knickknacks and stuff like that. So with that said, I am going to show you box number 1. Now, if you purchase it, the link to the tutorial is in the lid. Okay, I can't show it to you, but it's written in the lid of each box. So when you open it, there's a link to the tutorial. The tutorial is half the fun. Okay, and I'm going to show you actually what we paint for each tutorial too, just so you can see what you would be painting and learning. And if a tutorial requires a tracing template, I include that on the website on the link as well, so you can download it, print it off, and use it as a tracing template as well. Okay, so for our first item, we have a sketchbook. This is a 100% cotton sketchbook. The paper inside is one of my favorite watercolor papers. I'm just trying to find my block of it. The Bauhong Academy watercolor paper. It is right here. I have been using this so much. This paper, okay, we got together with this company, and they made basically a one-of-a-kind sketchbook. They don't make sketchbooks, but we got their paper in here and I absolutely love it. You can paint front and back on this paper. There are 20 sheets, I believe. Nice square size, perfect for travel. Has my design on it and I absolutely love it. And then all the tutorial, or most of the tutorials, we're going to be doing in here. So, and then today's paintings, or the paintings for today and the next couple days, I'm going to be doing in here as well. So this is day one, and this I feel like is like one of the big gifts. It's a one-of-a-kind sketchbook that you can't buy anywhere else, and it's such good quality, and I'm so happy with it. I would not have put half-ass paper in here. This is great paper. So we're going to be painting in that today, and that is day one. So again, if you purchase the box, the link is in the lid right here, printed here. So make sure you do that, because with each day, with each item, I unbox it in the video, and then I can show you what it's used for, if it relates to the tutorial or not, and all that stuff. But it's half the fun, and I put a lot of love and work into those. So yeah, so let's get painting. Please don't speed up video when painting. I can't with a live. So it's going to be real time. But yeah, so that is day one, and we're going to paint inside. So let's, little painting. Da, da, da. I love, here, I got to straighten out my desk here. Okay. Do you have frost yet? We don't here. You need that sketchbook. We're also talking about maybe also selling this separately too. So keep that in mind. So if you want another one, or if you just want a sketchbook, we're talking about it with looking at our inventory. But it's a great sketchbook to get. I absolutely love it. So I am going to show you the first tutorial that is inside. This is for day one, and this is what you learn to paint in the tutorial that comes along with the box. Excuse me. So this is what you are going to paint. It's a super easy wreath. I love it. It may look a little bit more complicated, but we go through it step by step, nice and slow, and really anybody can do it. It's so much fun to do. So this is the first tutorial. Is there such thing as half-ass paper? Yes, there is. There is bad quality paper. What's the weight of the paper? It is oh, it's right here. Where are you? Christmas. 300 GSM. It's thick paper. It's nice and thick. It doesn't warp or buckle like you can see. Like it does. I mean, every watercolor paper is going to a little bit, but it's nice and sturdy. Like it's great paper. And like I said, you can paint front and back. I don't want to show you the other tutorials just yet. Okay, so we're going to start here on this page, but you can see that texture? Nice 100% cotton paper. I love it. Yes, please. Would love that sketchbook. Yes, 300 GSM. Okay. What? I'm just making sure. Jules. Oh, sorry. I'm trying to read at the same time and it's not working. Okay, so where did that painting go? This is what we're going to do. And for some, this one I did on Fabriano paper. I just had like a little block of it, so that's why I did it on that. I'm going to try it on this and hopefully it works beautifully the same. But I know people were having difficulties getting these blooms, and that could be your paper. So we're going to test it out on this paper and see. So I kind of want to border also just because I'm going to be using a decent amount of water for the background. So if you have tape, I would tape it off to get a nice little border. And this is just painter's tape from the dollar store, guys. I get mine for $1. Might be $1.50. Because, you know, nothing is actually $1 anymore. And then every day that we're going to be unboxing a new item from the box, we're going to be doing a little painting too, which is going to be so fun because I love painting and hanging out with you guys. So even if you don't get the box, you still get fun painting tutorials on YouTube. Also, oh, that's not long enough. Also, how is it December 1st? I'm like blown away at the time going so fast. Okay. Also, if you have any questions about the advent calendar, please feel free to ask in the comment section. I would love to answer your questions when I can. Okay. Just gonna hold that down. Okay, so for this painting, you are going to need your paper. You are going to need a pencil. I have this pencil from Karst, which is really beautiful. Just really lightly. You're going to need your watercolors. I have my Shinhan watercolors here. Use whatever watercolors you have. It can impact how your painting comes out, but I'd say test it out and try anyway. And then for brushes, I would get a flat wash brush just so you can do the whole background nice and quickly. You don't ever want to do a background wash with a small brush because it's going to take longer to paint and then it dries really quick. And this you need to actually keep wet for a little bit longer. So get a bigger brush. And then I'd say maybe even a 10 or an 8 or even a 6, to be honest. You don't need a crazy amount of brushes or anything. Let me see. Sorry. Sorry, people think the box is expensive, but there's a payment plan. There is a payment plan too. Yes, there is a payment plan if you can't pay the lump sum right up front. I know some people did that too, which is great. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your pencil and you're just going to do little curves like so. Now you can go and do them all across and lines, whatever. I'm just going to have my lights kind of going this way because I want to. Then you're just going to do little squares where your lights are going to be coming from. Little squares. So I'm trying to stagger, like doing it on either side. So one going this way, one going that way, that way, that way. So they don't kind of run into each other. Okay, I'm not having two kind of going the same way right beside each other. Like that's going that way, that's going that way. Does that make sense? Like that. Okay. And that's all you need for your pencil. Now what you're going to do is you're going to pick a dark color. I'm going to use indigo. First, I'm going to wet the background. It helps to keep the paper wet longer. My pencil's smudging a little bit. That's fine. We're going to wet the background of your paper. Just helps keep it wet a lot longer so it doesn't dry so fast, because that's kind of key with this. And then you're going to grab your color. I'm grabbing indigo. And I'm going to place it over the whole thing. The only thing with this is that it was a little tricky to see the pencil underneath, but if you tilt it, you should be able to see the pencil marks. I'm going to try and make it a little bit darker further away from the lights. It's funny. So I've been doing all these reels on Instagram lately, just trying to up my game. I was like MIA for so long on Instagram. It was just so hard to keep up with the posts, but I find the holidays are a little bit of an easier time to, do holiday content. And this was one of the reels I did, and I didn't really like it, to be honest, but it kind of blew up and people really enjoyed it. And so I'm like, okay, I'll do this for a video. But okay, so there we go. We have our background. Okay, so you should hopefully be able to see where your light, like those little squares are. Now above the square, so the square is kind of the part that hooks onto the light. Above the square, you are going to take your brush. I'd say work smaller just so you don't have a ton of water on your brush. Like use a smaller brush. You know what? Maybe I will use a smaller brush. I'm going to grab a size 4. I'm just going to take some clean water. I got to see where I put these things. And you're just going to take a little bit of clean water on your brush. I can't see this one. And you're just going to, not a lot, you're just going to drop it a little bit like that. And it's going to repel the color. You're just going over top of where the lights are. Those little squares are. Okay. If it goes out too much and you don't like that, you can just kind of dry off your brush a little bit and just kind of mop it up a little bit. I'm going to mop up some of it inside, but you should get this kind of like repelling effect. Trying to see where I put those things. Just dropping a tiny bit of water, not a lot. If you drop too much, it's going to explode too much. You can always add more, but it's harder to kind of rein it back. Okay, so use a smaller brush, I'd say. Then you can just tap, tap, tap. And you got to move kind of quick. Like this area is already starting to dry. I can see. So that's the tricky part with this. So I'm going to actually make it a little bit smoother You can even just so dry off your brush on your paper towel and just kind of do little circles to kind of lift it so it's a little bit of a smoother circular transition. It's up to you though. But then you still have to move quickly because you're going to add the color. I don't like how this one went, but that's okay. You have to add the color now. So it still needs to be wet, okay? Because you want that color to explode as well. So I'm going to grab some red and I'm going to tap it. Ooh, should have been going that way. That's okay. Tap it there, 1, 2. Tap it over that square, 2. Tap it over this square. And that's it. Now, it's not exploding very far. If you want it to go a little bit further, I'm going to wash off my brush, just dry it a little bit, and just kind of push it around. See, even this one's not working for me as well. Sometimes it works well, sometimes it doesn't. The one I did on Instagram actually worked really well. This, it's not working as well as I hoped. I'm just trying to push that color around. I'm also trying to work slower so I can explain. But when you work slower, it doesn't work as well. You got to work fast. Okay, now I'm going to get some yellow. Get some yellow. Hopefully it hasn't dried because you want it to Oh, I didn't want that to be yellow. That's fine. That will be green. Okay. Yeah, so it's not really... I am not thinking today, guys. I think I'm thrown off by the live stream. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Okay. I wanted it to be dry, or not dry. I wanted it to still be wet so we could get kind of a bit more of a bleed. It's drying too fast. So I'm just going to create the yellow kind of bulbs like this. Now, the reason why we dropped that water first was to get that kind of effect that there's light around it. If that doesn't happen, it's okay. Now I'm going to get green. Maybe I'll try it again here just to kind of show you. And I'm just, because it's already drying. Just mixing a little bit of green and blue together. It's too dark. There we go. I was like, where am I putting this? Green. I will look at the comments in a second if people are commenting. This one's a little bit different than my one on YouTube or my one on Instagram because this isn't working out as well. Okay, let me see what people are saying. When doing the background, does it matter which direction you brush the paint? Not really. You want to try and get a nice smooth background. So try and do it all in one direction. But I mean, if it doesn't happen, that's okay. Okay, so there's our colors. Didn't work as well. I want to try it again right here. I'm going to do just like a simple, see if I can get it to work again. Maybe I'll just do like a line here without a pencil mark. To show you what it looks like when you're supposed to go fast. Okay? Because that one, I think I went too slow. And my trick for anyone doing something they've never done before, instead of getting mad if it doesn't work, test it out a bunch of times beforehand. Because some of these require like tricky techniques that sometimes work just because it works like by fluke, and sometimes it doesn't. If your paint or your paper is not exploding the same way, it could be your paper or your paint, not necessarily what you're doing. If it's reacting differently or if it doesn't explode as far, it could be many different reasons. So climate, drying too fast, you just kind of have to play around and see what works. Okay, still wet. Let's try this again, see if I can get that effect, okay? So I'll put one there, one there, one there, a little bit further because I want that explosion. Okay, this is kind of like what I want. A little bit further, a little bit further. I might need to add a bit more water. Like this. Okay, see how it kind of looks a bit more like fireworks, these ones? It's because I'm going faster. I don't have a ton of water. I have a bit more, they think, than I used. I'm just trying to lift a little bit of that color in the center. There we go. Okay, then go back in with your color. So it explodes a bit more. Like so. See that? How it kind of moves out a bit more? That's what you want. Get some yellow. Like that. See how that one's working so much better? See, even that happens for me too. A little bit of green and blue, or blue and yellow. Just tap, tap, tap. Get it to explode. And then you have to let it dry. Okay? There we go. That one worked better. If you have to move your paint around just a little bit, you know, you can. Now see, it's already starting to dry here a bit. That's going to happen. It's not going to be perfect. Okay? It's not every day you hear that someone wants an explosion. An explosion of paint, right? Just reading. Is it good for us to see? It's good for us to see things that don't always work. Thanks for being real. No problem. I don't have a choice. It just didn't work out. Oh, wait. You know, what was the one that didn't work out? There was a painting I did like 10 times. And I was like, oh my gosh, why is this not? Oh, it was like, I was trying to do this one where I was trying to show bokeh effect for Instagram. And I originally wanted to try the bokeh effect with lights. Let me show you. I tried all these different things. I tried like stickers to like mask the circles and do like a negative painting, and then it kept running through. It just was not working. I was getting so frustrated. I did this one like 4 or 5 times. Doesn't work sometimes. And then you do it on Instagram, people are like, how did you do that? I'm like, I don't know. Okay, there we go. My house is so dry in the winter. Mine too. That's why it's drying so fast, and it usually doesn't dry this fast. Okay, I'm gonna use my heat tool really quickly and just dry it up. Okay, so see, they work differently. If you want more of like a rounded glow, you could go this style where you wait for it to dry, or if you still want to do wet and get that a bit more of the explosion, the fireworks, then do that way. Honestly, it could go either way. I don't know. So now we're going to do the lights. I didn't draw it with my pencil, so I just want to make sure I know which way I'm going. Where did I put my pencil? I don't know where anything is in my office. Okay, it's fine. I'll just grab another one. Seriously, where did I put everything? I have these really cool woodless watercolor pencils. Not watercolor, woodless pencils. Okay, so I'm gonna go like this. Like this. I don't know. It's hard when you don't do the thing first. Gonna have the, oops, doing it the wrong way. This is why you draw it first. Can I erase it? Yes, I can. So we'll do the little thing there, like there, like there, like there, like there, like there, and like there. Okay. Now I'm going to grab my smaller brush. I'm going to grab a dark green. Am I crazy? Does she keep saying explosions? Yeah, little explosions of color. Right? And I'm just going to use my dark green to do the string. So I hope you can see that if it doesn't work for you the first time or the second time, it's okay. Because sometimes it just doesn't work. But when it does work, it looks pretty cool. So I'd say do a couple trial runs. And a lot of people, I think, on TikTok said this is a trust the process kind of painting, because you look at it and you're like, it's not great. But once you add the bulbs, it looks a lot better. So just be patient. I promise it will look better. There we go. Might even try rounded bulbs on this one. Just to get a different look. But the paper works really well, so that's always nice. A little sketchbook. And it goes to show you it works on both sides. That's a huge thing for me, is like when paper works on both sides, because not all watercolor papers are the same on either side. And then it's frustrating because like you want to get the most out of your paper sometimes, right? Okay, so there. See, this already looks kind of like a string of lights, just naturally. Now here, let me just dry this really quickly. Okay, and now we can do the bulbs. So I'm gonna get red, a bit more intense, and I'm just gonna draw the bulb shape with the red. Like that. Okay, this one I'm thinking I might do like a circle. Leave a little bit of it like that, just so they're like circle lights, and the circle around it is the glow. We're also going to add a little bit of highlight. Wonder if I should add a little bit of darkness, like a little bit of a shadow. So I'm going to grab a little bit of green, just add it to my red a bit, just for a little bit of shadow in there. Then we can also add a highlight. This will be like the easier version. Okay, then for the yellow, I think I used yellow ochre because it didn't really show up when I used the same yellow. There we go. Like that. Like that. And then this one. Just circles. If you want to add a little bit of darkness in there, just like a little bit of shading. Once we add the white highlight too, it will also help. Wonder if I add a little bit of the bright yellow there. Okay, and then the last one is green, which I only have an olive green, which doesn't feel very Christmassy, so I just mix a little bit of yellow and phthalo blue for a Christmassy green. See how it looks so much better already once you actually add the bulbs? Just wait for the highlight, I promise. How is the heat doodad different from a hairdryer? So I like that. I like the word doodad. So this is a craft heat tool, and I actually didn't get it for watercolor originally at all. I used to do like card, like embossing and all that stuff with those powders and stuff back in the day. And then I just figured it helps dry everything really quickly. This is like super old, but you can get the $20 like craft heat tool. The only thing is, so my hair dryer is really powerful, even on a low setting, and it tends to blow the paint. This more so just is hot, right? So it blows really low setting. So it's not very, like, it doesn't have a lot of power. It's just hot and it dries it. I find with my personal hair dryer, it blows the paint across the page, even at the lowest setting. If you have an older one that is low powered, a hair dryer, like a inexpensive hair dryer, can totally work too. You don't need this, but just make sure it's not high powered, because it will just blow your wet watercolor right across the page. But that also works too. Okay, now finally, I'm gonna grab a little bit of bleed proof white, and we're just gonna do a little bit of highlights right towards the center, so it's like the brightest right in the center. And I'm just kind of doing like the light bulb shape very loosely. See that? See, I told you it looks better once. And then I'm just going to do little kind of like lines. So I'll do like the center part, and then I'll just do like a little line around for these ones. I think that I actually kind of like these circular ones. See what happens when things don't go as planned? Kind of works out sometimes. Like that. You can always do like a little highlight on this part if you want. I don't know. You could do so much with it. And then you can write your Merry and Bright. I did it with a gel pen in the YouTube video. I don't know where I put it. And people were asking what kind of pen it was. It's a Uniball Signo white gel pen, which I have no idea where it is. And I put it in my brush thing. I am a mess. If you could see my desk, you'd be like, Emma, get your life together. And I'd be like, okay. Oh, here, it's on the ground. Hold on. Okay. This is my white gel pen. First of all, let's do the fun reveal of taking off this ugly painter's tape. Look how pretty, right? For a card. So cute. And both techniques kind of worked. This one's a little bit more like sparkier. This one's a little bit more rounded and smooth. Whatever works for you. I kind of almost want to do like a little bit of like snow spatter on it, because I just love snow spatter. Can you make a full-length tutorial? We'd love to see the more detailed flower, or any beautiful flower of your choice. Yeah. Do the watercolors shift with the heat like they do with acrylics? What do you mean shift? Like move? Would a white Posca pen also work? Yes. I actually have mine right here that I've also been using. These are great. So white Posca, it's actually the same company, the Uniball, same one. But yeah, this is the Uniball Signo. Hope that there's some ink in here. This is so old. So old. I was surprised the other day when it actually worked. Merry and Bright. Do. Yeah, this one's old, but it still works. Sometimes I need to go over little areas, but there we go. Merry and Bright. Cute. And there you go. Yeah, sometimes, like Amy said, when you use the heat tool, I find it lightens up the color a little bit more than if it dries naturally, just a little bit. So if you want it to remain dark, sometimes I would maybe not dry it so fast with this, but usually I use it because of my my tutorials. It's just, I need it to be faster because I don't have a lot of patience. And I see, you can even use your white gel pen if you need a little bit more brightness in there. But yeah, sometimes, I don't know. I love my heat tool just because I'm very impatient. I want to do a little bit of snow spatter. Like it's snowing. And this is my bleed proof white ink. I love this. I use this for so much. Just a little bit of snow. Like it's snowing and the Christmas lights are going. You should see my monitor, my desk monitor. It is so full of watercolor spatter. There we go. Like, look how pretty. I love it. I love it. Okay. Patience, patience, patience. What is this patience you speak of? I couldn't tell you. I don't have it. Okay. So yeah, there we go. There is our painting for today in our day one gift in our sketchbook. I'm going to try not to close that. I love the sketchbook. I would say this is probably one of the bigger gifts in the advent calendar, but it's totally worth it. And you get to paint in it all the fun tutorials. And there's some really fun tutorials in here, which I'm so excited to show you. I am so excited to show you everything that's in here and the fun tutorials we do and step by step. And it was so much fun to create. I absolutely loved creating this advent calendar for you guys. I hope I get to do another one maybe next year. And if you do have some feedback, I would love to hear it. I'm opening to hear kind feedback. If people were interested more in getting like actual tubes of paint, I would like to hear about that too. The only thing, and I've said this before, is just getting high quality tubes of paint in here would have been really expensive. I think some people who looked at the price and judged from the review that Lindsay gave, which was really kind and really nice. Actually, she did a really good job and a really nice review. She's so sweet and talented. But people were just kind of looking at it going, I could buy more supplies for that amount of money, which totally, if you were buying at, if you go into a store with $200, you're going to get more actual supplies going into a store than getting from the calendar, because you're not just paying for supplies in this box. And it's not even just the tutorials either. It's all of the work, the team. Like, it's not just me putting it together. It's a whole team of designers and manufacturers and testing and all that stuff, packaging. Like, people have to get paid and there's lots of moving parts to it. And this has been going on. We talked about this last December. So we started working on it in January. So it's been a lot of time. So just keep that in mind. Advent calendar is about the experience and the fun, and the videos I try to make fun, and tutorials I try to make really worth it, and just give you as much as I can. And I just hope you guys really, really love it. And so if you are still interested in purchasing the Advent calendar, there are still some left. You can use the code EMMAFREESHIP. I will put that in the description. I don't know if I wrote that. EMMAFREESHIP, all one word, and you can get free shipping, which is huge because this was heavy, and shipping costs are quite pricey. So get your free shipping with that, and I hope you guys love it. And I will be here tomorrow. So tomorrow, I wrote it down in my schedule what time I was planning. I think it's in the morning. I'm thinking 9:30 a.m. Oh my gosh, if you could see my desk. It is awful. I said 10 a.m. tomorrow. Maybe 9:30. Yes. I think. Someone said, remember Lindsay is the frugal. Yes. And you know what? Us sending Lindsay the calendar, after we did it and after I saw her video, I thought, this may not have been the best idea. I'm glad she got it, and I would love to gift it to her anyway. And I really am glad she got to get her hands on it. But then after, like, this is how you live and you learn, right? Unfortunately, with Craftimo, I'm kind of their guinea pig. I was the first one to do the brush sets. And since then they've collaborated with so many others, including Lindsay. And I was the first one to do the subscription boxes with them, and now the first to do an advent calendar. And unfortunately, when you're testing out any new product, you're kind of a guinea pig and to see what works and what doesn't work. And you learn every single time you do something, and that's totally cool. I've learned that if you're going to have a pricier product, maybe not give it to someone whose audience is there for that reason. Okay. But anyway, yes. So it's great. I'm glad she got it, and it's so much fun to create. So I hope you guys I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. This was so much fun to do. Like, look how cute. It actually turned out well. I'm happy. But yeah, I will. Is that Eastern Standard Time? Yes. You can gift it to me. Okay. And also there's a golden ticket in one of the boxes too. The person who gets the golden ticket in the advent calendar gets a lot of Craftimo products, which is really exciting as well. You're my favorite guinea pig. Thank you. So, yeah, that's about it. So I will see you guys tomorrow. I think at, let's do 10 a.m. 10 a.m. live stream tomorrow. Hopefully it goes better than today and it works out and there's no issues. So yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful day and I will see you tomorrow. Bye guys.